Welcome to Biology Tutor. Happy New Year 2025. If you like this channel, please share and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell button to get notifications. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers. You can directly purchase the book from the Amazon through the Amazon link, which is available in the description. Today we are going to discuss about Model Question Paper 19. First question. During fermentation, the Pasteur effect is reversed under strict anaerobic conditions, high substrate concentrations, low pH levels, high oxygen tension. Your answer is option A, strict anaerobic conditions. The Pasteur effect refers to how the cellular presence of oxygen causes in cells a decrease in the rate of glycolysis and also a suppression of lactate accumulation. 2. What causes the distinct smell during sauerkraut fermentation? Release of thiols by Lactobacillus plantarum, production of esters by leuconostoc mesenteroids, conversion of amino acids to aldehydes, synthesis of sulfur compounds by propionibacterium. Which is the answer? Your answer is option B, production of esters by leuconostoc mesenteroids. In spontaneous sauerkraut fermentation, leuconostoc mesenteroids initiate the fermentation process. Third question. In industrial ethanol fermentation, the most energy-intensive downstream processing step is centrifugation of biomass, distillation of ethanol, removal of inhibitors, hydrolysis of polysaccharides. Your answer is option B, distillation of ethanol. Fourth question. Why is glycerol occasionally added during yeast fermentation? To serve as a secondary carbon source, to increase cell membrane fluidity, to prevent osmotic stress, to scavenge reactive oxygen species. Your answer is option C, to prevent osmotic stress. Fifth question. Which trace element is critical for the stability of enzymes during lactic acid fermentation? Molybdenum, magnesium, zinc, cobalt. Your answer is option C, zinc. Zinc is a cofactor for the antioxidant enzyme superoxide dismutase that converts superoxides to hydrogen peroxide. But the actual fact is, on the basis of their metal cofactors, SOD is classified into three types: iron SOD, manganese SOD, copper zinc SOD, and their cellular localization is different. Sixth question. An unexpected production of diacetyl in beer fermentation is likely caused by high oxygen levels during primary fermentation, increased temperatures during maturation, presence of Pediococcus daminuses, impurities in malt. Your answer is option B, increased temperatures during maturation. High fermentation temperatures promote diacetyl production. Seventh question. Assertion. In yogurt production, Streptococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus bulgaricus are co-cultured. Reason. Each species produces metabolites that inhibit the growth of the other. That is wrong. So your answer is option C. Assertion is correct, but reason is incorrect. In yogurt production, Lactobacillus bulgaricus works together with Streptococcus thermophilus and converts in milk into the final product by synthesizing acid, peptides, and many other compounds. Eighth question. A mixed culture fermentation produces ethanol and lactic acid in the ratio 2:1. If the total yield is 300 gram, how much ethanol is produced? 2:1 means the answer is here is C, 200 gram. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers, or you can purchase the book through the Amazon link, which is available in the description. Ninth question. During citric acid fermentation by Aspergillus niger, a low Mn2 plus concentration is maintained to inhibit competing microbial growth, enhance fungal sporulation, favor citric acid accumulation over biomass, prevent enzyme denaturation. Your answer is option C, enhance fungal sporulation. Favor citric acid accumulation over biomass. Manganese ions in the nutrient medium plays a key role in the accumulation of large amount of citrate by Aspergillus niger when the Mn2 plus concentration is maintained below 0.02 millimolar. Large amounts of citric acids are produced. 10th question. In the production of Korean kimchi, which microorganism is most responsible for its characteristic flavor profile? Lactobacillus brevis, leuconostoc mesenteroids, Staphylococcus aureus, Aspergillus oryzae. Your answer is option B, leuconostoc mesenteroids. 11th question. What makes the fermentation of idli unique compared to bread fermentation? Use of Saccharomyces cerevisiae, predominance of mixed lactic acid bacteria and yeast, higher incubation temperature for anaerobic respiration, absence of carbon dioxide production. Your answer is option B, predominance of mixed lactic acid bacteria and yeast. 12th question. The Japanese fermented soybean product natto is rich in which enzyme responsible for its slimy texture? Lipase, nattokinase, protease, amylase. Your answer is option B, nattokinase. Nattokinase is a natural enzyme in natto, a Japanese soy-based food. The enzyme is produced during natto's fermentation process by specific bacterium called Bacillus subtilis. High natto consumption has been linked to the Japanese population's longer average lifespans and lower chronic disease rates. Subtilising nat, commonly known as nattokinase, is a fibrinolytic enzyme produced by the bacterial strain Bacillus subtilis variety natto, which plays a central role in the fermentation of soybeans into the popular Japanese food natto. Question number 13. Which volatile compound gives French Roquefort cheese its characteristic pungent odor? Tyric acid, 2-heptanone, caproic acid, all of these? Your answer is option D, all of these. 2-heptanone, tyric and caproic acids and 2-heptanone are the major compounds responsible for the strong piquant flavor of blue cheeses. For example, Roquefort, Gorgonzola, Stilton, Danablu, Carbrails and Blue D. Auvergne are internationally recognized members of this group. 14th question. Sauerkraut fermentation occurs in 3 distinct stages, primarily dominated by Leuconostoc, Lactobacillus brevis and Lactobacillus plantarum. B. Saccharomyces piscia and candida. C. Pediococcus, Clostridium and Bacillus. D. Acetobacter, Lactobacillus and E. coli. Your answer is option A. Leuconostoc, Lactobacillus brevis and Lactobacillus plantarum. 15th question. What critical condition is required for the fermentation of miso? Neutral pH and high oxygen levels, high salt concentration and aerobic conditions, low salt concentrations and anaerobic conditions, high salt concentrations and anaerobic conditions. Your answer is option D, high salt concentrations and anaerobic conditions. 16th question. Which secondary metabolite gives kefir its tangy taste? Butyric acid, acetaldehyde, propionic acid, citric acid. Your answer is option B, acetaldehyde. 17th question. During the aging of soy sauce, Maillard reaction products contribute to salt tolerance of microbes, antimicrobial properties, distinct umami flavor and brown color, increased fermentation rate. Your answer is option C, distinct umami flavor and brown color. 18th question. Assertion. The pH of fermented pickles can rise over time. Reason. Lactic acid bacteria are replaced by spoilage microorganisms under improper conditions. Which is the correct answer? Your answer is option A. Both assertion and reason are true and the reason explains assertion. 19. Which compound contributes to the creamy texture of the fermented dairy products like yogurt? Polysaccharides produced by bacteria. Fatty acid chains released during lipid breakdown. Denatured whey proteins. All of these. Your answer is option D. All of the above. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers. Amazon link to purchase the same is available in the description. 20. National food of Korea. Natto, miso, kimchi, dahi. Your answer is option C, kimchi. 21. First scientist who fractionated the milk proteins in casein, albumin, globulin and lactoprotein. Louis Pasteur, Franz von Soxhlet, Joseph Lister, Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Your answer is option B, Franz von Soxhlet. 22. In pasteurization of fruit juices, the critical challenge involves the inactivation of thermoduric spoilage organisms, enzymes like pectin methyl esterase, spore-forming pathogens, biofilm-forming yeast. Your answer is option B, enzymes like pectin methyl esterase. 23. Which heat-resistant pathogen requires stringent pasteurization parameters in non-dairy products? Salmonella enteritidis, Clostridium perfringens, Bacillus acidoterrestris, Bacillus cereus. Your answer is option C, Bacillus acidoterrestris. 24. The d-value decimal reduction time is defined as the time required to kill 90% of microorganisms at a specific temperature. B, the time needed to reduce microbial activity by half. C, the time microorganisms can survive thermal exposure. D, the time required to sterilize equipment. Your answer is option A, the time required to kill 90% of microorganisms at a specific temperature. 25. Assertion. Pasteurization can reduce the risk of brucellosis from milk. Reason. Brucella species are highly heat-resistant pathogens. A. Both assertion and reason are true and reason explains assertion. B. Both assertion and reason are true but reason does not explain assertion. Assertion is true but reason is false. Both assertion and reason are false. Answer is option C. Assertion is true but reason is false. 26. Which microorganism is primarily responsible for the bitty cream defect in pasteurized milk due to proteolytic enzyme production? A. Lactobacillus acidophilus. B. Bacillus cereus. C. Staphylococcus aureus. D. E. coli. Here answer is option B. Bacillus cereus. 27. Which of the following conditions in yogurt can lead to the defect known as weighing off? A. Excessive proteolysis during fermentation. B. Excessive agitation after fermentation. C. Inadequate incubation temperature. D. High lactose content. Your answer is option B. Excessive agitation after fermentation. 28. Fishy flavor in cream is often a result of lipid oxidation mediated by metal contamination, breakdown of casein by Clostridium tyrobutyricum, formation of trimethylamine by psychrotrophic bacteria, contamination with Penicillium roqueforti. Your answer is option C. Formation of trimethylamine by psychrotrophic bacteria. 29. The defect raw pea milk is caused by production of capsular polysaccharides by certain lactic acid bacteria, high heat treatment leading to casein micelle disruption, lipolysis mediated by Streptococcus lactis, contamination with Bacillus subtilis. Your answer is option A. Production of capsular polysaccharides by certain lactic acid bacteria. 30. Which microorganism is most likely to cause a pink discoloration in cheese? Serratia marcescens, Penicillium camemberti, Geotrichum candidum, Lactobacillus helveticus. Your answer is option A. Serratia marcescens. 31. What microbial activity is responsible for the development of the rancid defect in milk? Deamination of amino acids, oxidation of lactose to lactic acid, hydrolysis of milk fat by lipase enzymes, proteolytic degradation of casein. Your answer is option C. Hydrolysis of milk fat by lipase enzymes. 32. Gassy defects in hard cheese are most often caused by heterofermentative lactic acid bacteria, Propionibacterium prudentici, Clostridium butyricum, Pseudomonas fluorescens. Your answer is option C. Clostridium butyricum. 33. What is the primary reason for the soapy texture defect in milk-based desserts like custards? Excessive addition of stabilizers, inadequate pasteurization, contamination with Pseudomonas fetida, heat-induced protein denaturation. Your answer is option D. Heat-induced protein denaturation. 34. Which of the following psychotrophs is most notorious for producing proteolytic and lipolytic enzymes in chilled milk? Micrococcus luteus, Pseudomonas fluorescens, Lactobacillus casei, Clostridium botulinum. Your answer is option B. Pseudomonas fluorescens. 35. The putrid smell in spoiled UHT milk is primarily caused by the production of acetone and diacetyl, ammonia and hydrogen sulfide, methane and ethylene, lactic acid and acetic acid. Your answer is option B. Ammonia and hydrogen sulfide. 36. Blue discoloration in milk is commonly caused by Penicillium roqueforti, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Clostridium botulinum, Rhizopus stolonifera. Your answer is option B. Pseudomonas aeruginosa. 37. Which spoilage microbe is known for its resistance to cold storage and its ability to cause slimy milk? Enterococcus faecium, Pseudomonas fragae, Staphylococcus aureus, Bacillus subtilis. Your answer is option B. Pseudomonas fragae. 38. The production of isovaleric acid leading to a sweety SOX aroma in cheese is due to Lactococcus lactis, Propionibacterium prudentici, Clostridium sporogens, Brevibacterium linens. Your answer is option D. Brevibacterium linens. 39. Tallowy off flavor in butter is caused by degradation of carotenoids in cream, oxidation of unsaturated fatty acids, excessive proteolysis, fermentation of lactose. Your answer is option B. Oxidation of unsaturated fatty acids. 40. Which microbe is linked to the chalky appearance of soft cheeses due to calcium lactate crystal formation? Lactococcus lactis, Brevibacterium linus, Geotrichum candida, Propionibacterium frudenrici. Your answer is option D, Propionibacterium frudenrici. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers. Amazon link to purchase the same is available in the description. 41. In milk, the malty off flavor is often attributed to high levels of diacetyl, contamination by Lactococcus lactis variety maltigens, overgrowth of thermophilic bacteria, oxidation of short-chain fatty acids. Your answer is option B, contamination by Lactococcus lactis variety maltigens. 42. Stringy milk observed after storage is primarily due to protein denaturation by heat, capsular polysaccharide production by Enterobacter aerogens, lactic acid overproduction by Lactobacillus delbrueckii, excessive lipid oxidation. Your answer is option B, capsular polysaccharide production by Enterobacter aerogens. 43. Assertion. Lipase enzymes are responsible for the soapy flavor defect in butter. Lipase catalyzes the hydrolysis of triglycerides, releasing free fatty acids like butyric acid. Which is the correct answer? Your answer is option A. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. 44. Assertion. Psychotrophic bacteria can spoil milk even at refrigeration temperatures. Reason. Psychotrophic bacteria produce proteolytic and lipolytic enzymes that are active even at low temperatures. Which is the correct answer? Your answer is option A. Both assertion and reason are true, and R is the correct explanation of assertion. 45. Assertion. Rancidity in milk is primarily caused by bacterial fermentation of lactose. Reason. Fermentation produces volatile organic acids leading to rancid odors. Which is the answer? Your answer is option D. Assertion is false, but reason is true. 46. What combination of conditions is most likely to cause the formation of blown pack defect in vacuum packed cheese? High salt content and contamination with Pseudomonas species. Low salt content and contamination with Clostridium thyrobutyricum. High acidity and contamination with Penicillium roqueforti. High moisture content and contamination with Bacillus cereus. Which is the answer? Your answer is option B. Low salt content and contamination with Clostridium thyrobutyricum. Gas production from microbial deterioration in vacuum packs of chilled meat leads to pack distension, which is commonly referred to as blown pack. This phenomenon is attributed to some psychrophilic and psychotrophic Clostridium species as well as Enterobacteria. 47. What metabolic byproduct of Shivanella putrefaciens is primarily responsible for the characteristic sulfur smell in spoiled fish meat? Trimethylamine oxide, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, dimethylamine. Your answer is option B, hydrogen sulfide. 48. The slimy texture observed on spoiled meat is often due to the production of which substance by spoilage microbes? Exopolysaccharides, lactic acid, protease, hydrogen sulfide. Your answer is option A, exopolysaccharides. 49. In modified atmospheric packaging, which microbe thrives best under high carbon dioxide concentration? Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Carnobacterium pisicola, Clostridium botulinum, E. coli. Your answer is option B, Carnobacterium pisicola. 50. The bone taint in meat is typically caused by which anaerobic bacteria? Clostridium sporogens, Serratia marcescens, Micrococcus luteus, Staphylococcus aureus. Your answer is option A, Clostridium sporogens. 51. Which spoilage microbe exhibits green fluorescence under UV light due to pyoverdine production? Pseudomonas fluorescens, Micrococcus roseus, Brocothrix thermopacta, Clostridium tetani. Your answer is option A, Pseudomonas fluorescens. 52. The presence of black spots on cured meats is caused by which microbe due to its pigment production? Cladosporium herbarum, Rhizopus stolonifer, Mucor musado, Penicillium chrysogenum. Your answer is option A, Cladosporium herbarum. Being able to survive at temperatures below freezing, Cladosporium herbarum can cause black spot spoilage of meat in cold storage, -6 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius. It has been isolated from fresh, frozen, and processed meats. 53. Assertion. Freeze-dried meat retains its flavor better than traditionally frozen meat. Reason. Freeze drying removes water content, without causing ice crystal formation. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not correct explanation of for assertion. Assertion is true, but reason is false. Assertion is false, but reason is true. Which is the answer? Your answer is option A. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. 54. Which of the following gases is most effective in preventing lipid oxidation in vacuum-packed aquatic foods? Oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, argon. Your answer is option C. Nitrogen. 55. During irradiation of meat for preservation, what is the primary mechanism that inhibits microbial growth? Dehydration of microbial cells, DNA damage through ionizing radiation, protein coagulation, induction of anaerobic conditions. Your answer is option B. DNA damage through ionizing radiation. 56. Which protein in fish undergoes rapid denaturation leading to the characteristic fishy odor during improper storage? Actin, tropomyosin, myosin, trimethylamine oxide. Your answer is option D. Trimethylamine oxide. 57. Which microbial group dominates during spoilage of aerobically stored fresh fish? Pseudomonas species, lactic acid bacteria, Clostridium species, Bacillus species. Your answer is option A. Pseudomonas species. 58. Which preservative is most effectively for preventing melanosis, black spot formation in crustaceans? Sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfite, potassium sorbate, citric acid. Your answer is option B. Sodium metabisulfite. 59. In South-wide cooking, the primary factor ensuring food safety is high vacuum pressure, prolonged cooking time at controlled temperatures, use of oxygen impermeable packaging, addition of chemical preservatives. Your answer is option B. Prolonged cooking time at controlled temperatures. In the South-wide technique, food is vacuum sealed in a cooking pouch and heated at a precise temperature in water bath. Instead of relying on perfect timing, South-wide relies on precise temperature control. 60. Which of the following microorganism is most likely to grow in salted fish stored at room temperature? Halophilic bacteria, psychrotropic bacteria, thermophilic bacteria, acidophilic yeast. Your answer is option A. Halophilic bacteria. 61. The discoloration of cured meat products stored for prolonged periods is due to lipid oxidation, myoglobin oxidation on metmyoglobin, breakdown of nitrosomyoglobin, enzymatic activity by spoilage bacteria. Which is the correct answer? Your answer is option C. Breakdown of nitrosomyoglobin. Question number 62. Assertion. Freezing fish at minus 40 degree minimizes enzymatic degradation better than freezing at minus 18 degrees Celsius. Reason. Enzymes like proteases are rendered inactive at extremely low temperature. Which is the correct answer? Your answer is option A. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. 63. What is the viral test used for in typhoid fever diagnosis? Identifying carrier states, detecting salmonella antibodies, measuring toxin levels, assessing antibiotic resistance. Your answer is option B. Detecting salmonella antibodies. 64. Heart nerve disease, a rare metabolic disorder, is linked to a deficiency in the transport of which amino acid? Tryptophan, lysine, methionine, arginine. Your answer is option A. Tryptophan. Heart nerve disease is caused by a lack of the enzyme needed to metabolize the amino acid tryptophan. Symptoms include a rash, intellectual disability, and mental health problems that are made worse by sunlight, hot weather, and nutritional deficiency. 65. Maple syrup urine disease, a rare metabolic disorder, involves a deficiency in breakdown of which amino acid? Glycine, valine, phenylalanine, tyrosine. Your answer is option B. Valine. Maple syrup urine disease is a condition you inherit that prevents your body from breaking down the amino acid leucine, isoleucine, and valine. 66. What is the rare disorder that results from the deficiency of enzyme ornithine carbamylase? Wilson disease, alkaptonuria, hyperammonemia, Gaucher's disease. Your answer is option C. Hyperammonemia. The lack of the OTC enzyme results in excessive accumulation of nitrogen in the form of ammonia in the blood. Excess ammonia, which is a neurotoxin, travels to the central nervous system through the blood. 67. Selenomethionine, a rare selenium containing protein, is most abundantly found in which food? Wheat germ, Brazil nuts, seaweed, quinoa. Your answer is option B. Brazil nut. The L-selenomethionine enantiomer is the main form of selenium found in Brazil nuts, cereal grains, soybeans, and grassland legumes, while selenium methyl selenocysteine or its gamma glutamyl derivative is the major form of selenium found in Astragalus, Allium, and Brassica species. 68. Which of the following is considered the rarest foodborne deficiency disease caused by prolonged deficiency of threonine? Kwashiorkor threonemia, protein synthesis disorder syndrome, threonine depletion syndrome. Your answer is option D, threonine depletion syndrome. Symptoms of threonine deficiency can include digestive issues, fatty liver, muscle weakness, and impaired immune function. Since threonine is essential for protein synthesis, a deficiency can also lead to poor overall growth and development. 69. What is the primary function of the rare enzyme keratinase extracted from sharks and used in cartilage research? Degrading chondroitin sulfate, hydrolyzing keratin sulfate, binding calcium, synthesizing proteoglycans. Your answer is option B, hydrolyzing keratin sulfate. 70. Hereditary tyrosinemia type 1 is a rare disease linked to a deficiency in which enzyme? Phenylalanine hydroxylase, fumarate acetoacetate hydroxylase, tyrosinase, lysosomal acid lipase. Your answer is option B, fumarate acetoacetate hydrolase. 71. What protein exclusive to jellyfish has revolutionized biological imaging and fluorescence techniques? Bioluminescent, GFP, jelly protease, fluoropepsin. Your answer is option B, green fluorescent protein. Food Safety Officer book is available with 1000 MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers or you can directly purchase the book through the Amazon link which is available in the description. Which rare disease arises from the deficiency in ceruloplasmin affecting iron transport? Wilson disease, Menkes disease, aceruloplasminemia, porphyria. Your answer is option C, aceruloplasminemia. 73. Phytase, a rare plant-derived enzyme, improves bioavailability of which mineral in food grains? Manganese, phosphorus, iron, magnesium. Your answer is option B, phosphorus. Phytase can reduce the anti-nutritional effect of phytate and improve the digestibility of phosphorus and calcium. 75. What rare disease results from a deficiency in alpha-1 antitrypsin leading to lung and liver damage? Gaucher's disease, alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, Huntington's disease, porphyria. Your answer is B, alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency. 75. What is the rarest deficiency disease linked to the inability to synthesize the protein dystrophin? Duchenne muscular dystrophy, Becker muscular dystrophy, Emery Dreyfus syndrome, myotonic dystrophy. Your answer is option A, Duchenne muscular dystrophy. 76. Alkaptonuria, a rare metabolic disorder, is caused by a deficiency in which enzyme? Homogentisate 1,2 dioxygenase, tyrosine hydroxylase, phenylalanine hydroxylase, ornithine decarboxylase. Your answer is option A, homogentisate 1,2 dioxygenase. 77. A rare protein, methanobactin, aids which bacteria in capturing copper from their environment? Methanococcus, methylocyanus, methylobacterium, methanosarcina. Your answer is option B, methylocinus. 78. Fabry disease, a rare lysosomal storage disorder, is caused by deficiency of which enzyme? Alpha galactosidase A, beta glucosidase, sphingomyelin, hexoamidase. Your answer is option A, alpha galactosidase A. 76. Rare disorder Menkes disease is associated with the deficiency in which metal binding protein? Metallothionein, ceruloplasmin, ATP7A copper transporter, ferritin. Your answer is option C, ATP7A copper transporter. 80. Which rare disorder is linked to a deficiency of the protein fibrillin 1 crucial for connective tissue integrity? Marfan syndrome, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, osteogenesis imperfecta, Alport syndrome. Your answer is option A, Marfan syndrome. 81. Which rare plant-derived enzyme is used in cancer therapy due to its ability to degrade L-asparagine? Peroxidase, asparaginase, glutaminase, deaminase. The answer is option B, asparaginase. Asparaginase is a chemotherapy drug It is known as Spectrilla erwinis and oncaspar. It is the treatment for acute lymphatic leukemia ALL. 82. Rare protein conotoxin used in pain relief research is extracted from corn snails, box jellyfish, sea anemones, pufferfish. Your answer is option A, corn snails. 83. Which fermented food is prepared by the action of Monascus purpureus on rice? Kimchi, red yeast rice, idli batter, koji. Your answer is option B, red yeast rice. Explanation: Monascus purpureus produces pigments and compounds like monacolin K during fermentation. 84. What key role does Penicillium roqueforti play in production of blue cheese? Produces lactic acid, imparts characteristics flavor and blue veining, prevents spoilage organisms, initiates curdling of milk. Your answer is option B, imparts characteristics flavor and blue veining. 85. Which amino acid gives natto its characteristic strong smell? Histamine, isovaleric acid, pyrazines, glutamic acid. Your answer is option C, pyrazines. Pyrazines contribute to the pungent odor of natto. 86. In which fermented product is the microorganism Saccharomyces baianus commonly utilized? Yogurt, beer, cider, soy sauce. Your answer is option C, cider. 87. Which of these fermented foods has a high risk of containing biogenic amines if not processed correctly? Yogurt, pickles, fish sauce, sourdough bread. Your answer is option C, fish sauce. 88. In which fermented food would you find Geotrichum candidum? Kimchi, soft cheeses like camembert, sauerkraut, vinegar. Your answer is option B, soft cheeses like camembert. 89. Neuroletharism is caused by chronic consumption of which neurotoxin? Beta-adap, erulic acid, hydrocyanic acid, phytic acid. Your answer is option A. 90. Which is the hallmark symptom of neuroletharism? Paraparesis, spastic paraparesis, hemiplegia, areflexia, peripheral neuropathy. Your answer is option A, spastic paraparesis. 91. Which aflatoxin subtype is the most carcinogenic? Aflatoxin B1, G1, M1, G2. Your answer is option A, aflatoxin B1. 92. Ergotism is caused by alkaloids produced by which fungal species? Aspergillus flavus, Fusarium oxysporum, Clavices purpurea, Candida albicans. Your answer is option C, Clavices purpurea. 93. Which historical event is hypothesized to have been influenced by ergot poisoning? French Revolution, Salem witch trials, American Civil War, Russian Revolution. Your answer is option B, Salem witch trials. 94. Epidemic dropsy results from the consumption of adulterated food containing argemone oil, cottonseed oil, palm oil, linseed oil. Your answer is option A, argemone seed oil. 95. Which toxin is responsible for symptoms of staphylococcus intoxication? TSST1, enterotoxin, alpha toxin, beta toxin. Your answer is option B, enterotoxin. 96. Which type of botulism is associated with honey consumption in infants? Wound botulism, foodborne botulism, infant botulism, intestinal botulism. Your answer is option C, infant botulism. 97. What is the characteristic stool appearance in cholera? Bloody, frothy, rice water stool, mucus laden stool. Your answer is option C, rice water stool. 98. Which Brucella species is most pathogenic to humans? Brucella abortus, Brucella suis, Brucella militensis, Brucella canis. Your answer is option C, Brucella militensis. 99. What is the most common mode of transmission of Brucella to humans? Tick bites, aerosol inhalation, unpasteurized dairy products, fomites. Your answer is option C, unpasteurized dairy products. Food Safety Officer book is available with thousands of MCQs from all sections. You can contact these numbers. Amazon link to purchase the book is available in the description. 100. Last question of this session. Question number 100. Which of the following Bacillus cereus toxin is associated with emetic syndrome? Diarrheal toxin, cerulite toxin, hemolysin BL, non-hemolytic enterotoxin. Your answer is option B, cerulite toxin. Thank you. If you like this channel, please share and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell button to get notifications.